Hey guys, Justin. What's up, everybody? It's Justin and John. We are coming to you again on Thursday for tournament week. We are excited. Our very first tournament is this Saturday, not even 2 days away. John just informed me that the weather has been getting better. The weather report's been getting better, so that we'll leave it at that. It's good. If you're on the fence, you should sign up because it's getting better. That's great.
Go in the right direction.
But help us welcome Karen, the director. Is that title?
Area director.
Yep. Area director for our local chapter, or one of them, of the Central New York chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Our local partner, charity that we will be supporting. One of them, we're going to be working with two chapters, which Karen will talk about in a second, probably, but that we're going to be supporting with the charity event coming up on Saturday. So, Karen, really excited to welcome you. Thank you for joining us tonight. And hi.
It's my pleasure. Hey, Justin. Hey, John. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited about this. You know, I grew up having a family cottage on a tiny little lake. Some of you may know Duck Lake out of Red Creek, New York. And so I was, I fished with my dad and my brothers growing up and caught lots of bass, but I've never been kayak bass fishing. So there you go. This will be a new experience, but I'm glad to be here.
That's awesome. Anytime you want to go, we both have extra boats. So anytime you want to get out on the water.
Those are some pretty fancy setups that I saw in the video. I'm like, but that's not your usual kayak.
A little different. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. Kayak fishing has come a long way in 10 years. But it's definitely but that's the nice thing about NYKBF is we are a club, a community for all. So we have competitors and winners of events that, fish off of a $200 Pelican from Walmart, and, that beat $5,000 Hobies, so it's all your knowledge in the lake and, how sometimes it's how lucky you are.
But you might get lucky on one day.
That's fishing though, but
it's the nature of the game.
Yeah. But we pride ourselves on welcoming all that whole span of knowledge and experience into our club. And, nobody should ever feel nervous or, I know it's a little overwhelming to get involved in a new group and to meet new people and all that fun stuff. But we are a very accepting group, and then that's kind of something that I really take a lot of pride in is that community that we've built. So, and you'll see that on Saturday a little bit, but we wanted to open it up a little bit to talk about AFSP. If you don't mind, you want to talk a little bit about the local chapter and
they say that's what I'm good at. So it's my pleasure to tell everybody a little bit about AFSP. We're really grateful that you reached out to us and have made us the beneficiary of your charity event this year. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has been around since 1987, and it was the year I graduated from high school. Don't tell anybody, because I know I only look 35. But, when I was graduating from high school, never in my wildest dreams would I think that I would be impacted by a suicide loss. And being in this space, I can pretty much say every single person I've met that's lost somebody or been impacted by suicide in some way, shape, or form can say the same thing. They would have never imagined it would be them. So the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is a nonprofit organization. We have chapters in all 50 states. New York is one of the few states that has multiple chapters because it started in New York City, but I started volunteering in the Western New York chapter 13 years ago after the loss of both my husband and his younger brother by suicide. My husband was an Army officer with the 82nd Airborne Division. Do I hear any hoo-ahs out there? And then he was a professional pharmaceutical rep for years, and then went back into the service after 9/11. And his brother was an immigration lawyer in Canada. So it doesn't matter what your background is, what your upbringing is, your education, the whole 9 yards. We all have mental health, and we need to be able to take care of our mental health, recognize when it's deteriorating, and reach out and have a conversation with somebody. So AFSP started as a research-based organization, and it has grown from there. We do multiple things in the community, from everything from education, which is critical. It's just like knowing CPR and first aid. If you know what to do when someone's mental health is deteriorating, and you can start that conversation and connect them to services or whatever that looks like, then we can save lives. But that conversation needs to start early on, and in that crisis moment, if we don't know what to do, just like if we don't know what to do if somebody's choking, then we can lose lives, right? So it's really all about knowledge. Knowledge is power. We do a lot of advocacy at the federal level, at the big national level, and then also at the state and local level. So we actually have our state Capitol Day coming up, when we meet with legislators, and we have issues, issue briefs that we decide upon. Out of all the bills that are introduced into legislation, we get to pick what ones we want to focus on, and which ones we think will actually have movement within the House of Representatives and the Assembly and everywhere else, and get those and try to get those passed. Anything pertaining to suicide prevention and mental health. So. We also, at the bigger level, we do a lot of research. AFSP is the largest nonprofit funder of suicide prevention research in the United States. And one of my most passionate things or the things I'm most passionate about is supporting people who have been impacted by suicide. So whether that's somebody who's lost a loved one, because peer support is so amazing. It was a huge part of my healing journey, or those with lived experience, or supporting family members who have a loved one who's maybe made a suicide attempt. It can be scary when a loved one struggles and you don't know what to do and you don't know how to support them. And so that's in a pretty big nutshell, that's what we do. Tiffany Rollick is the area director for the Western New York chapter, and I oversee the 16 counties of Central New York. And we're the only staff people. We rely very much on volunteers. So it's a very grassroots organization. And we have some amazing volunteers that help us out, whether it's at our Out of the Darkness community walks or other events, tabling in the community, being at events like yours on Saturday. I can't wait to meet folks and have those. I always have really good conversations, and I shouldn't use the word always. I'm never surprised by the number of people who come up to me and say, I've lost someone too, or I have a family member who struggles, and share their personal stories. So it's kind of one of my favorite things to do is be out and meeting people and talking about this, because I think especially with men, this is a hard topic to talk about.
Oh my goodness, that's an understatement. Yeah, of course. If suicide's affected my family since I was little, so I've been around it and kind of lived with it since I was little, and saw how it affected my father, and because it was his father that committed suicide, and there's a stigma to it of especially of in my demographic, I guess I would call it, that you just kind of bottle it up, and you don't want to talk about it because it's uncomfortable, and it's and you want to just maybe you might be embarrassed that your family member and it just boils up, and it just bottles up, and a couple of years ago, I told you the story, Karen, a while ago, and a lot of people know about it. We started the charity tournament for an employee of mine, Tristan, who an amazing kid who had the world by the reins. I mean, he could do whatever he wanted. He was so smart and so ambitious, and he so great, and just didn't know how to handle not doing well in school. It boiled down to it, or the pressure of one semester of bad grades, or I don't know. I'm not, but just not knowing how to deal with that, and then coming home and couldn't face his family, and just sad. And it happens all the time. That it's one of our main reasons why we want to stay in Honeyway, is because that community really comes together, because they had a shared experience of a student that lost his life too soon,
Yeah.
And every year, John can weigh in on this too, but every year at the charity event, we have more and more connections, and it grows our community stronger, at NYKBF, because it is, nobody talks about it, but everyone in some way or form is affected by it.
Everyone's got a story,
and it's time to not really have that, and it's time to not have that stigma and that fear of talking, and because sometimes you just want to remember the person, and you just want to talk about it, and share a smile and share a good memory, and that's
yeah.
It's pretty therapeutic.
I'm sure that Tristan's family and friends can certainly attest to the fact that when people bring up those happy memories of him, or share a funny story that they might not know about, it actually does so much for their own healing and their own good. When somebody dies by suicide, it's a health issue. And it's complex. It's not simply somebody was bullied and therefore died by suicide. That's not a natural reaction to life events. So we know it's complex. We know it has to do with, there's a mental health component to it, and all, which is just as important as our physical health. Right. And so I always say how somebody dies doesn't define their life.
Very true.
And so I can imagine that, everybody, if you've lost somebody, I know that one of the things you appreciate is when people talk about your loved one in that way, and remember them fondly.
Right.
If you want to say, every so often I say, hey, my husband was a jerk. I get mad at him. I'm like, you left me, to raise two kids. And, I think that's all part of it, and all is those feelings. But I love it when I hear from people that are like, hey, because his nickname was Mo. Okay. And you can't have a nickname like Mo and not have funny stories, right? So
sure.
People still contact me, even though it's been, 16 plus years. And say, oh my gosh, I'll never forget this time that Mo did X, Y, Z. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like him. And it just warms my heart, because he lived a good life. And he had an illness, just like we would have cancer or anything else. And, no amount of, let me frame it this way, is that, suicide is preventable, right? Nobody's going to go to a doctor and be told, I'm sorry, but you have a diagnosis of depression, which is by far the most common mental health issue, when it comes to suicide. They're not going to say, I'm sorry you have depression and you only have 6 months to live. Like, that would be ludicrous, right? So we know that there are things we can do about it. And so when an opportunity like this comes up and you're encouraging people to have connection with friends and be out on the water and be out in nature and do something they love and it's stress relief, those are all protective factors. We don't have to sit idly by. We can have a family history of mental health and maybe suicide and traumatic events and have a diagnosis of depression, but it doesn't mean that that's going to define us, right? There are things we can all do. So,
right. And in my opinion, that's why I originally got into kayak fishing in the beginning of it all is I wanted activity or a hobby or a resource, an escape for my mental health. I wanted to be, kind of alone with nature, kind of quiet and with my just working on an activity, trying to catch a fish. For everybody that's listening and everybody in the community, according to John, they'll tell you that I'm not very good at catching the fish. They don't.
I think you don't spend enough time doing it. That's the issue. No, I always, anytime you see all the fishing stuff behind me here, anytime my wife says anything about it, I say either spend it on that or spend it on therapy. So
exactly.
It's one or the other. Gonna get spent either way.
Everybody has their outlet. They need that, and and they need their form of therapy, and it comes in a lot of different forms, obviously. But that's we started this event, and it's a special one, and it always will be special to me. Because of the stories that come out of it and the people that I get to meet and the connections that grow because of it. After Saturday, I'm sure that I'm going to have conversations where we're going to, I'm going to end up hugging people and we're going to, share a burger and a drink or something. And, we're going to reflect on people that we've lost, but for the most part is we're going to be there for everyone and we're going to grow together as a community, because that is 100%. That's what it's about. And making sure that people know that we're there for them. It's,
well, I'm a hugger, so I'll take some of those hugs on Saturday too from everybody.
Jessica says 100%. Yes.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to meeting folks, and we will have some good AFSP resources there. And feel free to one of our volunteers, Cheryl Long, will be there along with myself. So, in fact, Cheryl lives right on Canisius Lake, so she's going to be out there about 6 o'clock in the morning when people start putting their kayaks in the water.
Yeah.
She'll go home and take a nap and then meet at the birdhouse.
Good. Perfect. Yeah, she already sent me an email about the red tail, the rudd in Canisius.
Yeah.
And she's
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, so it's an invasive kind of like carp kind of.
Oh yeah.
But they she's like, I just want to, if you could just tell everybody if they catch one of those to kill it and don't put it back in the water. That's what the DEC wants us to do, and it's like, yeah, okay. we'll make sure that
like Ontario, it's the little, I think they're gobies or gobies something.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm one of those people. I'm like, no, don't kill it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you gotta like snag it. I don't know.
Rudd have really tiny mouths. They're not gonna eat anything we're fishing with, but
right. You would have to like side.
If you happen to come across one, you're not supposed to go back in the water. They're an invasive species, but the bass like them. So you got baits that look like them. The bass eat them.
Yeah.
There you go. That works.
Yeah. So, but so that's pretty nice. I mean, she's been chatting back and forth, and she'll be there. So, and then it'll be good to have the Western New York chapter, because we have a lot of people that come from Buffalo region, and John included. He's in Buffalo tonight, and all the time he lives there. And but so we have people coming from all over the state, which is pretty cool. So. Upcoming events that you have, and and I'm sure hopefully maybe you'll get some more volunteers out of our club, because they definitely are a community that likes to help out and support other causes. So
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see everybody on Saturday. And
yeah, like I said, it's going to be a great day. The weather's getting better. We have
wind decrease, so wind forecast decreased a little bit. So still a little bit of rain in the forecast, but I think we can deal with that as long as the wind comes down a little bit.
Yep. Paul Davis says, "Amen." Awesome call.
I'll put in a special request. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
Just talk to me to talk to, and we'll see what we can do about it.
Yeah. Mark's giving us some rock and roll signs. It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I just have to ask before I leave you guys, because I'm guessing you're going to talk a little bit longer. But what's the biggest bass you have ever caught?
So,
personally,
go ahead. You go first, here, Justin.
No, you go. So the biggest one I caught. I haven't broken
saw it in the intro video, right?
Huh?
Was it the one of you in the intro video there? Was that probably the biggest one?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. It was about 20 and a half inches largemouth from Cuba Lake. So nice. I have yet to break the 21. I'm hoping one of our other tournament directors, Dan, I think he just broke 21 like a couple days ago on Cuba. So wait, should I have not told people where that was? No, he posted it online. It's good. It's good. I think he posted it. Dan, if you're listening, if you didn't, I'm sorry. But
wait, we don't remember what you said anyway.
Okay, yeah, nobody was listening.
Somewhere in New York.
But yeah, my 20 and a half largemouth was mine. I think my largest smallmouth was 19 and a quarter, somewhere around there. I haven't gotten to the 20 on that one, but smallmouth are bigger, so a 19 and a quarter smallmouth is probably equal to about a 25 largemouth, right? Right, John?
I don't know about that, but maybe not here in New York, but other parts of the country, maybe.
And here it is.
I've got a 21-inch largemouth out of Cuba and a 20-inch smallmouth out of Cuba Lake.
Nice.
I think, but Paul Sarconi is the biggest still in an NYKBF tournament at 22.75. I think last year out of Alaska. Yeah, it was
almost 2 feet long. Dang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a big bass.
They're scary when they get up there.
That's a granddaddy or great granddaddy.
More likely a grandma, but yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
People are weighing in, helping out. Jessica's 20-inch largemouth. That's her biggest.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got another one. Mark says 21 3/4. That's a good
nice. I think big bass at this tournament here is probably going to be 21 at least. There's some big fish coming out of.
I don't know. I think is Nate's he's weighing in on his biggest one.
22.25. Yes, those are some big fish.
Yep. New York's turned out some big fish in the last couple of years.
They get big. People, look at you. Got more comments out of that question. People want to brag. That's good. That's good. Keep bragging. Keep posting.
I caught 40-inch.
But you might have somebody say that about a pike. And Canisius Lake, you might see those because they get pretty big. Big on that lake.
I got a 36-inch northern the other day out there while I was pre-fishing. I wasn't happy about it.
How do you know it's 36 inches? How do you measure it?
Because I've seen enough to know it's about.
Because you're guessing. It's probably this big.
No, it wasn't. I got it on video. I'll show you.
Yeah, Pat Vamon says 23 and a quarter. God bless Texas.
Yeah,
that's not a New York fish, but yeah, they're much bigger down there sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They grow things big in Texas.
Yeah.
I have a good friend of mine that's from Florida, and she posts pictures of these fish that she catches just like any other day, and they're like 26-inch bass. And she's just like, oh man, no big deal.
Another one, not quite as big as the last one. Yeah,
it's just a different
world.
Yeah, different world.
Our bass are a lot tougher because they survive winters up here.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, those 26-inch fish just jump in her boat. They don't even. It's not even a try.
Yeah,
but
it's not hard.
Yeah. But Karen, thank you again for agreeing to partner with us. We're really excited to have you. We're happy to support the work that you're doing. Obviously the people in the chat, and as well as John and myself and all the other tournament directors, we just know the amount of work that you're doing and the value of it. And we're just honored to help out as little as we are, but hopefully it's something that can keep growing and, and develop into some good support for you throughout the year.
Awesome. Yeah, we appreciate it more than I can even express. So, and I look forward to meeting everybody on Saturday. So,
yeah, we're happy that you're able to make it now. We're sorry that your other event got canceled, but we're happy for us.
It was just in the cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to cancel my event so I could be there all day.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be a nice event. Like I said, it's the awards are going to start at 3:30. And then we, with me talking, that'll probably end at about 5:30.
Awards will start at 3:30. We'll find out who won by 5:45.
Yeah. No. John's been doing a great job in the past few years of keeping me on track and keeping me from not going off on tangents too much.
Telling you how to pronounce everyone's name.
It's just throwing things at you on stage.
Yeah. I first, truth be told, I am horrible at pronouncing last names. It's my Achilles heel. So
how do you pronounce John's last name, Justin?
Tomorrow. I got him. He's good.
No, you're wrong. Been friends for how long?
What do you mean?
It's not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
That's what I said.
No, you said tomorrow.
No, you heard me wrong.
Yeah.
You heard me wrong.
I'm gonna leave you guys.
Yeah. It's Tomorrow Camaro. I got it. It's fine.
Tomato. It's all the same, right?
Yeah.
No, you heard me wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave you all, and I will see you Saturday, okay?
Awesome. Thank you again.
Thanks for coming on, Karen.
You bet.
Awesome. I think that's going to be a great event. I think that it's going to be a good partnership. I'm really excited to have them.
Yeah. It's looking good. Glad she's going to be there. Glad she's going to have another volunteer with her. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I guess I knew it was Tomorrow. That was there's no double R. What am I talking about? Yeah. See, sometimes I just don't think. That's my issue, I think. Yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Now these are what people are asking. I bet you love my. I'm not even gonna try it, Matt. You're Matt O.
Osmond Sickly.
See, this is why you're gonna just do it from now. You're just gonna do it. Look at other tournament directors from other trails are laughing at us. Give it a go. Pronounce mine. Yeah, I'm
gonna go through all the really tough last names and I'm gonna write it out phonetically for you.
Phonetically, that would be amazing. That would just be amazing. I mean, sometimes I can click on them and look, dude, you got it, man. You're good. Yeah. Just smart, man. You're just a smart man. You're smarter than me.
I don't know what that. I get names.
Just stupid. But yeah, cool, man. I'm really excited. We're gonna get together again tomorrow, just about this time. Remember, you guys have a little less than 24 hours to sign up. So registration stops at 6:30 tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So make sure you get in this event. All right, Davis, I got that one. That's it. Maybe I should just start pronouncing the easy names wrong too, and then people.
Davis.
Yeah, right. That's all right. I can't even pronounce my own name, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. Stupid. Yeah. So 24 hours, 22 hours. You guys have 22 hours to get in the event of the year. Hope you guys are getting excited. Thank you again to Karen and everyone at the Central New York chapter of American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, as well as the Western New York chapter. They are both going to be there, or they're both going to be represented there. And hopefully my paycheck goes in before 6. Good luck, John. Don Zudi.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's got 2 first names. You can't mess up a last name on a guy that's got 2 first names.
Well, man. All right. But hey, guys, get excited. We'll see you tomorrow for the live ID draw.
We doing 8 or 8:30 for that?
We can do 8.
Okay, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, guys. Right here. We'll do the live ID draw. If anybody saw, shameless plug there, I put up a video earlier of how to measure a fish. So if you're just not sure, you come to your first tournament this weekend, just check that out. There's 1,000 of them on YouTube. So if you don't watch mine, don't watch mine. I don't care. But I did just post one earlier today. So if you want to take a look, refresh your course, if you've been doing this well and you just want to see how a tournament director does his submissions, that's up there for you guys to take a look at. But just make sure you got everything right. As much as we seem like awful people, we do not want to DQ your fish. We don't like doing that. Literally, like whenever we see a fish that might need to be DQ'd, we always put a picture of it in our TD group chat and hope that somebody talks us out of DQing it before we actually do it. So we do not want to DQ your fish. We do not enjoy it. So just make sure everything's right, because everybody's got to play by the same rules.
Yeah,
so
that's
just make sure you got everything locked down.
And I think it's good to know. I mean, we try to grade fish as soon as possible too, especially on live events, so that we can contact you. And so, watch your phones. If you guys get a text message from us or anything, don't be mean to us. We don't want to do it, but we're just we're letting you know so that your whole day is not affected. We just want to help out. So
we let it go for you. We got to let go for everybody else, and then nothing really matters anymore. So everybody's playing by the same rules.
Yeah,
is what it is. My first tournament ever, I had 3 fish get 1-inch deductions for the mouth open. So,
yeah. And sometimes you just can't close the fish's mouth. Sometimes they just won't be nice to you. You just got to take that inch. And
now it's a 1/2 inch, but
right. It's either a 1/2 inch or if it's wide open, it's a full DQ.
Yeah. But
so that's, so take a look. All our rules are on NYKBF.com. It takes you to kayakbassfishing.com's the rules, because we follow those pretty much. They have a really good graphic of where not to touch your fish. So make sure you guys check that out. That's really smart.
We do have a few exceptions. Most notable being that we allow fish 8 inches or larger to be submitted, where KBF is 12 inches or larger. So if you're out there and you catch an 8.5 inch fish and it's going to make you feel good to put up a limit with that 8.5 inch, by all means, we will submit it. We'll take it. So 8 inch or better for NYKBF. So just so everybody knows.
Been there, Mike.
Yeah.
Been there, Mike. I mean, John, myself, every single person.
Everybody takes that picture once in a while.
Yeah.
Justin, didn't you have to deduct yourself a couple years ago?
Yeah.
In the tournament?
Yeah.
You took one picture, submitted it, and then realized the mouth was partially open, so you had to dock yourself an inch.
Yeah, well, we don't usually grade our own fish, but yeah, I mean, I've had fish where the photo of the fish, you couldn't see the identifier. It was like just off of the screen. Yep. It's a DQ. You can't. You got to have it clear. So, thank God we allow those 8 inchers.
Hey. So, if it makes you feel good for that to be your 5th, if it makes you feel good to have 5 on the board, I'll put them up.
You never know.
I'll put up 8, 9 inch fish all a couple times. I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, it might be, that 8 inch fish might get you up into the top 10. Who knows?
0, Don.
No, it's come down. It was 17 sustained yesterday. It's come down to 14 sustained when I looked earlier today. So it's dropping in the right direction. I'd be really happy if we could get to that 10, 11 mile an hour sustained. Yeah, that's doable.
It's just gonna be like last Sunday, my kid's baptism day. Like, it was calling for rain all day, and then the day of the event, it was sunny and 80 degrees. It was like the beautiful, perfect day. That's exactly what it's gonna be like.
Yep.
I'll jinx the hell out of it because I don't do that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do that anymore. I'm gonna do my spiel, and then I'm gonna turn it over to John.
That's an easy one. You can't say that one.
John Tamaro.
Yeah. Hey, if it's coming out of the south, almost all our lakes run north and south. So if it's coming southeast, you can go on the south end and pretty much hide from the wind if you're really worried about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a smaller lake. So I mean, it's not like we're on Seneca or Oneida or something like that you can't really hide. I mean, it's be safe out there. Don't be, crazy. Make sure you have your life jacket on, be around people the best you can.
Yep.
I mean,
it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
We're going to have a great time. We're going to have tacos afterwards. Did you see? I shared it on that group message, but the Birdhouse just released like their taco menu.
Chicken masala tacos. Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. So you baptize them in the kayak? Yeah, of course. Yeah, we went out to Seneca Lake and I just threw them in for.
Yeah, just hold them by the ankles.
Just dunk real quick, and you're good.
Yeah,
baptized by fire.
Yeah.
But I hope people are getting excited. Really, really thanks Karen again for joining us. That really meant a lot for her to come on and talk about her husband and just the foundation as a whole. I think we got a good partner there. We're gonna still keep everything in Tristan's name. We're just we're always out there for him and we won't forget why we started this event and but it's exciting to have a group that's gonna be doing some good in our community. That's great. So
yeah.
Anything else tonight, buddy?
Tomorrow? I'm good. Hey, there we go. We got it. No, I think I'll
never forget it again. I promise.
Yeah, we'll be back at 8:00 tomorrow and give out the ID.
Do my last name.
What?
Do my last name.
Hausner.
No. Wrong.
What is it?
No.
Well, what is it? What is it then?
Hausman.
Yeah. Where's the M?
Silent.
Silent and non-existent?
Yeah. Just say your rod ends fit for baby's legs. Yeah.
Just have two to either side of the belt, and then
No, just one. That's all you need is just one. You just got to be able to find it, and then you just pull it up with the leash.
The first time we took my kids in the kayak, my wife in one kayak with our daughter, and me in my kayak with my son. We had them both attached to the donkey leashes. The donkey leashes run through the life jackets.
That's awesome. That's so smart.
In case they fell out, they were going to float, and they were going to stay right with the kayak. So.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably steal that this year because I'm sure Logan's gonna want to get on the water. So
yeah, there's plenty of room in the NAR.
Yeah. Yep. Now that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans, bro. I will. We'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll see all of you guys tomorrow for the draw.
All right, guys.
It's getting real.
Yeah, real.
Awesome. Bye, everybody.